Boom shakalaka, what is going on everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love, and today we are going to talk about Bitcoin and the entire crypto market exploding, what that means, why potentially it happened, and also some of the latest news articles right after a message from our sponsor. Alright guys, so the overall market cap has exploded overnight from $145 billion to $161 billion, 24-hour volume of $52 billion, and Bitcoin dominance has increased as well to 51.7%. Taking a look at everything, pretty much green across the board with the exception of Tezos, Bitcoin Gold, a few others, but it's looking green, enormously green across the board. The biggest gainers for today, Repo, Crypto.com chain, Cubitica. The biggest losers, Buybox Token, Tezos, Paxos, Standard. But I think the big one to take a look at today, Bitcoin itself up 15% in a day. Talk about a bull, huh? Now that is doing some crazy stuff. Right now, 47.56. Now, when we take a look at it, we've been talking about something like this happening for the past week or so. It's been imminent. We've been in this white little wedge right here going on for quite a while, for about a month. We've been in it. All right. Also, just a couple days ago, we broke out of this purple line, which was the yearly downtrend. So we broke out of that on the upside and also broke above the 200 weekly EMA. And it seemed like it was being support. And then what happened? Boom, giant green dildo candle. Enormous. A big giant green dildo is what happened. And as we can see, broke $5,000. Okay, we were just struggling to keep $4,000 and then boom, broke $5,000. Prices come a little bit back down now. Okay, now if we take a look, where is it going to rest? Well, tough to say, but one nice, potentially easy way you could take a look at it is using Fibonacci retracement. Take a look here and see if we do that. All right, it seems like we reached just about the 61.8% Fibonacci level, found some resistance there. Now we're coming back down to about the 50%, may fall all the way back down to a level we've talked about quite a bit, $4,400 level at the 38.2 Fibonacci line. That could potentially be support, but I mean, we may find support at 50%. We may even continue going up because remember, when Bitcoin goes up over 1 week, it tends to go up over the next weeks as well. So we've been seeing Bitcoin go up this week, potentially going up over the next weeks as well. Now, a lot of people want to know what exactly is the cause for this. Oh yeah, I should also mention the MACD, obviously, just saying hold Bitcoin. Anybody who's using the MACD, guess what? Would have bought into Bitcoin from a stablecoin right around $4,000, already making out like a bandit. But not financial advice. Now, what are some potential reasons for this price jump? Well, I looked around, figured out some potential things. Maybe these are real, maybe they're not, but we'll go through them. We'll laugh them off. I did them kind of like from less likely to more likely, potentially. So the first one, potentially, tax day. Okay, everybody did their taxes. They're getting their tax rebates. Now they have that extra money to put into cryptocurrency. Now, why on earth everybody will put their money into cryptocurrency? I mean, if we take a look at it on the hourly scale, potentially everybody just got their refunds, and about 5 hours before I was taping this video, they all decided to just dump it into crypto. But I don't think that's particularly the reason. However, because it is that time of year, everybody has to do their taxes in the US by April 15th. Maybe they got their refunds. Maybe they said, hey, I'm going to dump it in now. However, it sounds like a lot of people were waiting for the price to go lower. I don't really think that's the reason why, but that's reason number one, potential reason. Reason number two, the Chinese New Year is over. Now, Chinese New Year is like January, February. Always see price drops after Chinese New Year. Well, Chinese New Year is now over. Potentially, that could be the reason why, because there's no more Chinese New Year. They're not celebrating. They're putting their money back into cryptocurrency. Nah, again, not a really good likelihood. How about this one? A big April Fool's joke. I mean, it happened some parts of the world on April Fool's. Potentially. Yeah, I think it did. April Fool's. First, second. I don't know. If it was, close enough. Really terrible April Fool's joke, if it is. Okay? If this is your idea of an April Fool's joke, just get the hell out of here. What else? Okay? How about this one? There was a tweet from Bitfinex 6% in under 15 minutes. No illegal market manipulation here. No, sir. You know, this always begs the question. Pretty much everything that happens in cryptocurrency could be market manipulation. However, I mean, it may be market manipulation, or it could have just been somebody who had, what did we do? We had $15 billion into the market in a day. So everything is like, if somebody had $500 million and they just market bought Bitcoin or something like that, that would shoot the price up just like that. That could definitely do it. So market manipulation, yeah, potentially. Also, I mean, when we're talking about market manipulation, remind me of this thing that happened back a couple months ago, back in February. That was 1 month ago. All right. Well, Bitmain selling off Bitcoin to cover their quarterly losses, because that article there basically said that this low that we had here was somewhat of an artificial low. Oh, no wonder I can't find it because it's on the hourly instead of the daily. But this low that we had was somewhat of an artificial low. So it seemed like we had found somewhat of a bottom here. Then Bitmain sold Bitcoin to cover their losses. Price dropped out dramatically, and then we've just been sitting there. Well, price is starting to go back up. And I mean, manipulation, thank you, Jihan Wu. But I think the biggest and potentially best reasons are coming up now. These were all just like shitty reasons that I just had to get out of the way because they're there, because you're going to, if I don't put them here, you're going to say, well, what about this? Now, the better reasons. How about this one? Just yesterday, The Big Short, Steve Eisman is now targeting Canadian banks. So for those of you who haven't seen it, there was a movie called The Big Short, very good movie about how this guy made a buttload of money in the financial crisis of 2008 by betting against the housing market. All right, he saw this thing was going crazy in the U.S. He bet against it. He shorted it. He made a ton of money. Now, a lot of people suffered because of that, but now he is taking aim at Canadian banks. Yes, you heard me. Banks. I'll say it one more time in case you didn't hear it. Banks. Yes, he is taking aim at banks. Now, in his interview with Financial Times, Steve Eisman said he declined to name the banks that he's talking about or the positions that he's taken, but he said Canadian lenders are not mentally prepared, and I think they're not. We'll get into that in the next article. But he's calling for a simple normalization of credit that hasn't happened in 20 years. Okay, huge financial collapse. It's going to happen. Everybody knows it. Probably 2021. He thinks it's going to be happening in Canada much more than other places. Now, he goes on to say he's not calling for the Big Short Canada. He's not calling for a housing collapse. So he doesn't think this will be as bad as 2008. He just thinks that this is potentially a next big way to make money because of their lending practices, because of home sales in Canada have slumped, because of a whole bunch of other things like that. Now, do I think that this thing about Canadian banks had anything to do with Bitcoin price? Potentially not, but it had to do with banks, okay? Banks in Canada aren't doing well. Banks in the U.S. aren't doing well. I mean, they haven't even fixed what happened in 2008. And guess what? The next time there is a recession, get ready for negative interest rates. Now, in case you guys don't know what a negative interest rate is, that means that you actually have to pay money to keep your money in the bank. Now, maybe there are some of you who know a lot more about finance than I do, and you see the benefit of this, but I don't know why on earth I would pay somebody money for them to hold on to my money. That just seems retarded, for lack of a better word, okay? So, that happening on the brink of banks collapsing and other things, people are just going to say, hey, wait, I can just put my money into Bitcoin and spend it wherever I want. Or even some people who are like completely crazy might say, I could put my money into XRP and do it wherever I want. But that's coming up, and that's going to be crazy. Now, if you don't think those are good enough reasons, I also made a video a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, my top 5 reasons for a Bitcoin bull run. Because guess what? I was talking about this for a while. I was potentially foreseeing this happening, and now it's happened. I mean, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but you know, it may still turn around, maybe a bull trap. Who knows? Who knows? But if you want more reasons that I didn't mention here, there's potentially 5 more reasons for a Bitcoin bull run. You can check out that video that I made. Now, on to other news. Just some fun stuff, some funny stuff for you, just to lighten up the week, as if you weren't happy enough already. Well, guess what? Wave's platform, just to rub it in Justin Sun's face, they've decided to celebrate April, let the Lada Niva begin. You can win a Lada Niva which is a piece of shit car from the Soviet Union or from Russia. I mean, don't want to. It looks pretty badass. I mean, I could imagine Subaru making something that looks like that. That kind of looks like the old Subarus. But they're just like, you know, having fun with Justin's son because he totally royally fucked up a Tesla giveaway. However, I wouldn't mind winning one of those. They are only worth like $4,000, so I could probably just go buy one. But I like that one. That's a pretty one. Also in the news, yesterday, Zcoin rebranded to not having a name. Now, this is one of the craziest things that I've heard of. As the ultimate privacy coin, Zcoin rebrands to not having a name. So I've talked about Zcoin a while back because they have cool privacy coin. Okay, they use zero knowledge proofs to use a zero coin protocol. They now use this Dandelion thing, which changes the way the transactions propagate, making it hard for people to tie an IP address to a transaction without requiring them to use Tor VPN. Kind of like what Monero does. Okay, probably very different, but just making it so you can't tell where transactions are coming from. And now, for added privacy, they're the first coin to go completely nameless. It's crazy. It's simple but ingenious. I mean, how can you track something that can't even be mentioned? I mean, okay, great. This is very interesting. Okay? Very interesting. I heard about this from someone on my Telegram group. Very interesting. This is a comment by Ruben Yap, the CEO of the now Nameless project, and then how are they going to even mention this anywhere? How is it going to be listed on CoinMarketCap? And furthermore, here's their new logo. Just white space. That's their new logo. Now, fortunately for them, it turns out that pretty much every retailer across America is already, how did they say it? Damn it. Well, every retailer is already carrying their merchandise. There we go. Through this decentralized marketing initiative, our merchandise is now available in shops all over the world. And yeah, guess what? Anywhere you go get a white t-shirt, there you go. You're supporting Zcoin. Who knew there were that many people? I mean, those tighty whities that you're wearing, Zcoin. But that's not the name of it anymore. So I don't know what they're going to do. Like, maybe this... Oh, I get it. I get it. They got me. April Fool's joke. Yeah. I just figured it out on video in front of all of you guys. Well, I mean, Well, that was a good April Fool's joke on their part. I thought it was pretty cool because I was like, how do you do something completely nameless? Okay, well, that's the end of that one because you just saw me get fooled. I guess I can be fooled easily on April Fool's jokes. So that's it for the news today. And that's it for my reasons why the price shot up. I mean, everybody's always looking for reasons why the price shoots up in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Truth is, sometimes it just happens. I mean, something could have happened. Maybe we'll find out about it in a few days. As for right now, there's really not that much information as to why it potentially happened. But if there is anything, I'll be sure to fill you in on that stuff. Other than that, guys, I've been trading using trading signals. Other people have been trading using trading signals, having a good time doing it, and making pretty good returns on it. You guys can check it out if you want. There is a link down in the description. Also, check out the Monarch wallet. Hold 1,900 cryptocurrencies. Earn interest on the cryptos you hold in there, which is pretty badass. And you can even buy with fiat or sell into fiat if you want to. So check all that stuff out. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.